Captain, what'll happen with that robber baron from Apollonia now that we've captured him?
You mean Gules? He'll stay with us. Lord Samine has already taken him on.
Why did he take on a bandit? I have to admit he's a skillful swordsman, but he's still just a common bandit.
Not so common. They say he's of noble birth, so Lord Samine didn't have much choice.
Do you think you can trust him?
Don't worry. If Gules doesn't prove himself, Lord Samine won't trust him.
Such a good swordsman could prove to be quite handy.
True. If he proves himself, that is.
Then how should he do that?
Clearly, we didn't wipe out his old gang of bandits in Apollonia. So he's got to catch the rest of his people that are still on the rampage.
What happened with that hired hand?
Francie? Nothing much. He swore it was the other fella talked him into it, so we kept him on here as a hand.
Very generous.
Aye, the best thing for a wayward fella like that is hard work.
How did Gules end up?
He's a noble, so Lord Samine took him into his service.
What? Why would he do that? After Gules tried to rob him?
That's the nobility and their rules for you. A peasant would get the noose right away, but the lords play a different game together.
And you don't have a problem with that, Captain?
I don't, but I'll keep a close eye on him. Trust me. But anyway, there's all sorts in service in Samine. You can't do a job like this for long without getting dirty hands.
I expect the same applies to you?
My hands might be dirty, but my conscience is clean. There's some folk might tell you a different story, but that's how it goes.
I think I've heard all I need to know. I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
All right. Why the hell not? I can show you how local men fight with pikes. It's not that noble a weapon, but it is dangerously effective. One slash across the belly and you've got him where you want him. What do you say? As long in the tooth as I am, I can tell you most men who pick up a sword know little or nothing of it. So it's best to just forget about any tricks and simply send them to the ground with one quick slash. Would you like me to show you?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
All right. Now where was I? Oh, right. How to bring a bloke down before he finds the hole you made in him. Well, first you hit him a few times from the right, and then at the same time, you slash him in the throat with a step to the right. Aye, a seriously fast and deadly hit, especially when your opponent is a dumb bumpkin. Now come and try it a few times, lad. You'll never learn it just by wagging your tongue. Lad. Good?
Good afternoon.
Have you already taken care of your band?
Don't you start with that too.
So you didn't.
After you attacked me in Apollonia. I'm so battered I can hardly wipe my own arse. Old man Samine will just have to be a bit more patient.
What if I helped you?
Well, well. Someone fancies himself.
I can handle a few footpads.
These aren't any ordinary footpads. They're a bunch of the most depraved whoresons I've ever met. Would you dare to take them on?
Yeah. Just tell me what I need to do.
So listen up. From what I've heard, there's another 4 of those scum roaming the countryside. I'd bet my boots that a few more will hitch up with them in time, so it won't be easy. You can start with Canker.
Canker? Interesting name. Why is he called that?
Yeah, he already had that name when he joined us. I reckon they started calling him that on account of how he's rotten to the core.
If you say so.
Hey, don't be cheeky, youngster.
What do you know about Canker?
Well, he likes to disguise himself as a monk and ambush travellers. He looks convincing in a robe, but otherwise he's an awful heathen. Always drunk, just like the rest of his band.
That could be useful.
Definitely, if you get lucky.
Where can I find him?
I don't know. I only know that he and his band were ambushing travellers on the road from Troskovitz to the Nabarkov Mill.
So how do you want to find him then?
Easy. I'd wait for him to find me. With a little luck, he'll ambush you in one of those places too. Or one of his people will.
Oh, that doesn't sound too safe.
What did you expect? That I'd search the whole forest for him? Go ahead and try and find him that way if you like. But I think you're more likely to roll straight sixes and dice.
What do you know about his band?
Not much. We've never seen them all together, so I can't even tell you how many of them there are. But there won't be many. Canker has never dared tackle anything too big. Usually just some poor souls on their travels.
That's enough for me.
Well, good luck, lad. Oh, and I almost forgot. When you're done, bring me Canker's mace. As proof.
Why? You don't trust me?
Why should I? Take care for now.
Ka!
Go!
Ka!
Go!
Quick!
Ka!
Mutt!
Everyone get over here! We've got... You're a dead man!
Show your stuff!
Sorry, fuck off! Show what you made! I've been waiting for you! Ha! Ah! Oh! Ha! No chance! Ah! Ha! Fucking hell! Ha! Damn! I'm bleeding! I'll rip your ass open! My God! It's a slaughterhouse! Fuck this! Fuck this! Fuck this!
Good doggy. What happened? Why are you all covered in blood?
I took care of Canker.
Seriously? So you brought me his mace like I told you to?
Of course. Here you go.
Yeah, that's it. Canker's best mate. Just as filthy and slimy as its owner. Good job, Henry. Here you go. It's not much, but I won't get any more than that out of old Samine for the job.
Would you mind if I kept the mace?
Ugh, if you've got the stomach for it.
Thanks. What now?
Hold your horses, lad. Those bastards have to be tracked down. Give me some time.
Fine. I'll stop by later.
It was good to see you, my friend.
Oh, you pooch.
Greetings. God be with you.
God bless you.
Quick! Go!
Whoa! Whoa!
Stop the bleeding.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
The humans won't be coming back here. Don't worry.
Good. Peace at last. Until you get into trouble again, that is.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some for free. I catch you fighting here again, and I'll spank your bare ass like a brat. Down to business. I don't have all day for you, so what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the Hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the Hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody. He hides away in his hut and sends everyone away. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
I'd like to ask you about that hermit in Apollonia.
Go on then.
What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a rider from hell in Apollonia. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks below the road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. And the next day, it was at a funny angle. There's some devilry in it for sure.
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross, or someone else?
The apothecary's wife, Gerda. Ask her yourself. She's not been herself ever since, poor woman.
Where can I find the herds boy?
Stanislav has a sheep pen in the meadow beyond the Troskovitz graveyard, right above the big crossroads outside Apollonia.
How do I get to the hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you insist, you go through Apollonia, along the path below the rocks, till you reach the point where it crosses the stream. And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Who's this hermit fella, anyway?
No one knows. He settled in the rocks a few years back. Folk used to go to him for various healing ointments or advice.
And what has he got to do with this apparition?
Well, he was at death's door recently, bedridden, and then suddenly he's got his health back. Just like that. And he's like a different man since then. He sends everyone who goes to see him packing. Mark my words. He sold his soul to the devil to get better. And the devil sometimes comes here on the prowl for unwary souls.
Where did these peculiar monks come from?
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
Monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the Butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolical apparition. In short, the Inquisition.
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Nothing much, fortunately, and I hope it stays that way. See you later, my friend.
Greetings to you.
What happened to the hermit?
Hard to say. Better not go near him. He's been acting strange lately.
I hear Ambrose the hermit has some old sword.
A few folks saw it at his place some years ago, but then it disappeared. Maybe he sold it, or chucked it out.
I was told Stanislav the herdsboy saw the devil in the rocks.
God in heaven save us. It happened a few days ago. He saw him with his own 2 eyes.
What do you know about the apparition at the cross?
It's all God's holy truth. Gerda from the apothecaries saw the devil there. Farewell.
Good evening. What do you need?
I'd like to ask you about something.
No! I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
Wait, Gerda. I didn't come to mock you. On the contrary, I want to help you.
Really?
I believe you really did see something. But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was, like the devil, and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fellow killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross was at an angle?
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back. I can't.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
I don't know yet, but you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
Gerda really did see something. That cross hides a secret.
God be with you. God be with you, sir.
Quick! Go! Quick! Whoa! The conciliatory cross. A memorial to the unfortunate death of that young man. But I'm more interested in what secrets it conceals now. Fresh soil. Someone was digging here recently. It doesn't look like an apparition, Gerda. He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
What's the hold-up? Am I supposed to open my mouth and wait for it to rain?
God bless you. God bless you.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Hans! Hans! It's me!
You again?
Stop gaping like a stuffed owl and get over here! You still owe me for the stuff from Germany.
Look, friend, you have me confused with someone else. My name's not Hans.
If you're broke, just say so and stop trying to wriggle out of it.
You're Joachim, aren't you? We've met before.
I knew it, see? You do remember.
But my name's not Hans. It's Henry.
Why play around like this when we know each other so well?
For the last time, I am not Hans!
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You're the spitting image of him. You really are. Well, I'll be sure to be extra careful from now on.
Show me what you have for sale.
Just your everyday wares. Pick out what you like.
Good morning to you.
I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who sent you? Or old Croper?
No. I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the Hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why do you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
I know how to deal with evil spirits. I know a spell. Want to learn it?
Of course!
Say after me. Vade retro satana.
Vade retro satana.
Vade retro satana. Remember that. You just have to say it, and you'll drive away the devil.
My God, what a spell! It's clear you know your stuff. What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. to the Hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that. That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the hermit helps people though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure. Take care. Go sniff somewhere else. You...
That herdsboy really did see something. And the trail leads into the rocks.
Quick.
Whoa!
Go. Car. Go. Quick.
A horse? What's it doing here in the woods? I should take a closer look. Beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herdsboy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
before you come to a bad end.
God be with you, Hermit.
I don't have time for you. Go away.
Folk in the village are saying you've made a miraculous recovery. And since then, you won't let anyone near you. What happened?
Nothing happened. I just can't stand all these people coming here and disturbing me. Can't I have a moment's peace?
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, Hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense?
Of course it is.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there, maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief, because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad, and stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here. In the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse. Black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition. Or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff. But you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
What are you doing in the Hermit's hut, then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not! Ambrose was my friend. I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order, and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a member of your order?
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served the Order for many years before getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then he had to disappear. I was the only one to know where to look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
You scared the life out of Gerda from Troskowitz that night. What were you doing there?
Ambrose had a hiding place beneath the cross where he kept things from his past.
I found some documents there from the Knights of the Cross. But Ambrose clearly wasn't interested in them. So what did he send you to get?
He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave, in place of a cross.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is, if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her, and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini sit tecum. You silly doggy.